Hey nerds, Bevan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a little big unboxing today. I recently decided I was going to collect Black Series figures, and this is what I've accumulated here in the last 30 days or so. And I figured it was probably time to open them up and get them on the shelf properly. So that's what today is. I am going to open up my newly built Black Series collection. And if I've got some time, maybe I'll even play with them a little bit. Let's start just over here. We're going to open Rey first because that is my favorite character out of all of these, and second favorite character in all of Star Wars. Now when Force Awakens first came out, I bought some Black Series figures, including Rey. And I just was putting focus on other aspects of collecting, and I said, I don't need Star Wars action figures. I'm going to stick with Hot Toys and Kotobukiya, but I've actually decided to focus on Black Series for Star Wars. So with that being said, that means I had to rebuy Rey, which is probably one of the shittiest action figures in the whole line, just based on the likeness. Actually, it's not nearly as bad as I remember it being, so that's a win. So like I said, Rey is my second favorite character in all of Star Wars, right behind Obi-Wan and Kenobi. Specifically from the prequels, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not so much old Ben, but I could easily see, depending on her story arc in Episode 9, Rey topping Obi-Wan and becoming my all-time favorite. I'm just trying to figure out how best her staff sits on her shoulder. Not super well from the looks of it, but there she is. Now, this is not a new figure. This is not a rare figure. Everybody knows what this figure is about. If you collect Black Series, you probably have this figure. Because let's be real, it sat on Walmart and Toys R Us shelves for months and maybe even years, depending if you live in Regina or not. But let's move on to Rey's better half, other half, pseudo-spiritual boyfriend, arch nemesis. It's really hard to say where these two are going. I hope they wrap up their little story arc quite well in Episode 9. I think Kylo Ren is very captivating as a villain, just like I think Rey makes a great hero. I know a lot of people don't like Kylo Ren that much, but, you know, that's what these movies are here for. It's all subjective. So let's just try to enjoy it, and if we don't enjoy it, let's focus on things we do enjoy instead of hating things that we don't. Now, I did also have this figure in my original Black Series collection back in the day, which was only 4 figures, but these were 2 of them, and I really like this Kylo Ren. I like his outfit. I like the soft goods. They fit really well. The hood fits pretty well. I like the lightsaber, has the static energy, and we'll see if we can get a little focus on that. Hopefully, you guys. Again, I mean, if you collect Black Series, you probably have this figure, because it was very popular. Everyone was buying into The Force Awakens. It's my favorite movie in the whole saga, so you know I love it. Let's put him right over here behind Rey. And sticking with the Kylo Ren theme, Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi. Over here, we got him in his new outfit with no mask, because they really wanted to market Ben Solo as a human instead of the faceless Kylo Ren that he was in The Force Awakens. And I can buy into that. You know, not everyone has to be a Darth Vader. So this version of Kylo Ren, quite a bit different. He has a rubber cape here that is removable, of course, for when he wants to throw down, and a little bit of lightsaber dueling. He does have his lightsaber, 2 versions of it actually. He has the lit up version, which I don't know if I'm close enough for you guys to see, but the lightsabers are quite a bit different there. The hilts are different. The energy itself coming out of the hilt is different. On the Force Awakens version, the energy kind of connects here and creates like a little pendulum there, whereas here it's 3 specific blades there. There's no connecting of the energy blades. He kind of figured it out there for his lightsaber in episode 8. His elbow here is a little bit funky in terms of the way it's been put together. I'm not sure if that's a design flaw or a factory flaw on mine. Obviously, without me opening up other Kylo Ren figures here, I wouldn't be able to tell. But it does kind of inhibit movement, and I feel that when I'm bending his elbow, I'm gonna snap it off, and that's really not what I want to do with this figure. So I'm not gonna play with him a whole lot here on camera, because one time I opened up a Thor statue on camera and broke Mjolnir, so I don't really want to do that here with Kylo Ren. But on a side note, he does come with just the lightsaber hilt there, no blades obviously. We're gonna put these extra accessories off to the side. Sticking with Last Jedi, we have a Elite Praetorian Guard over here from the Throne Room Duel. I wouldn't mind picking up another couple of these to go with Kylo Ren and make a little bit of a scene with Kylo and Rey in the epic battle they had there with the Guard, which is probably my favorite scene in The Last Jedi, a movie which I'm pretty indifferent to, which is kind of weird to say because people are like love it or hate it, but I'm pretty indifferent. I love the characters of the movie. I don't so much care for all of the storylines that they went through, but you know, creative decisions were made and I just have to live with it, so why dwell on things that I really can't control? Okay, so I got him out of the box, trying to play around with him a little bit, and I can't tell if there's an elbow joint or not. I don't want to break these figures. They seem so fragile in my hand. I'm not sure if it's just the plastic Hasbro uses, but when I play with when I tinker with, because I don't play with toys anymore, you guys, but when I tinker with my Mattel WWE figures, I don't feel like I'm gonna break them if I, pull on a joint and try to move an arm too roughly. But with these guys, I do. They just feel very fragile in my hand, which not a huge selling point for me, obviously. I don't do a whole lot of posing, but I was kind of hoping to with these Black Series figures. I kind of want to get into figure photography, and obviously posing is a big part of that because you want to get a dynamic shot to go on the old Instagram, where you can follow me, by the way, at BevanBoyChuck. I also can't even get his staff blade into his hand, and instead of boring you guys with complaining about these things, I'm going to just set him to the side here with Kylo and move on to the next figure. This next figure, though, surprisingly in my mind, doesn't go for as much as I thought it would, and that would be Revan. And I have never played Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic 2, so I don't have a huge connection to this dude. I did read his standalone novel from the pre-Disney days, and it was okay. I just loved the character design, and I was able to get it in a trade for a fairly good deal, I thought. So why pass that up? Okay, so much like the Kylo Ren from the Force Awakens series, this is a super cool figure. He's got a combination of rubber goods and cloth goods for his cape and his skirt, and they hang really well, and they're tattered here on the bottom. I don't know if you can quite see it on the camera. I'm hoping you can. But this figure is hella cool, and he comes with his 2 lightsabers, a purple one and a red one. And I'm surprised to see him with purple because I thought that was kind of like a Samuel L. Jackson thing that nobody else could do or have. And I know that Mace Windu came out before Revan, I think. If he debuted in the games, then I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that one. But this figure is hella cool, and I can't wait to kind of pose him and take some shots of him and try to, get some figure photography going with him as long as I can get him to stand. And I will put him over with Kylo Ren there, because I think they would make pretty good buddies there on the battlefield. And the last figure in my Black Series collection is Emperor Palpatine. So here we have the Emperor, the mastermind behind the entire Star Wars saga up until Return of the Jedi. Emperor Palpatine. When I got the figure, it was in a trade, in an in-person trade, so I met the guy I was trading with. His name's Didier. Nice to see you, dude. I grabbed the box from him, and I was like, oh, no lightsaber? Because in my head, I'm a prequel guy, so in my head, Darth Sidious has a lightsaber, and he's a bad motherfucker. But this dude comes with his cane for standing, which isn't really helping him right now, unfortunately. I'm trying to get his ankles to figure their lives out, and I'm having a rough time with the cape. And he's got a rubber robe underneath here as well. So let's see if I can tinker with these joints a little bit to get him figured out here. Okay, there we go. Got him standing up here. So we'll put him over with the guard and Kylo Ren. And that, my friends, is my Black Series collection. Here they are: Kylo Ren, Praetorian Guard, Emperor Palpatine, Darth Revan, Kylo Ren, Rey, and everyone's favorite, BB-8. Comment below your favorite out of these 6. If I really had to guess my own, and by guess I mean figure out, I'm between these two here: Force Awakens Kylo Ren and Darth Revan. I think Revan's got a cooler design and therefore is a cooler action figure, but I have more emotional connection to the Kylo Ren character, so it's a toss-up between those two depending on how I wanted to judge them. If you're still sticking around this far in the video, because I know it's a lot longer than I typically go, you might as well hit subscribe. You're here, you might as well do it at this point. I will be back very shortly with probably a collection tour toy room video. That is my next project here. I finally got the whole room, which you can't even see any of it. You got a couple autographed jerseys and t-shirts behind me, and that's all you can see. I'm looking at it right now in front of me, and I am so happy with what it looks like right now, and I can't wait to show you guys. Hit the like button, comment below, hit subscribe, and I will see you again some other time. What is my outro, you guys? Until next time, folks, I will see you next time.